Well, 14.1, as you may already know, is straight pool. I have my own version of 14.1 that I play when I'm practicing independently, and I will try to run a rack, run the number of balls accumulated makes up to a total of 100 points, not 100 in a row running the balls, but total accumulated points. I've practiced going up to 100, and I have my own technique. Everyone has their own style and how they practice and try to engage the pool table. I have my own style of keeping track of the number of balls that I'm running in a row and the number of misses I have in one particular 100 ball game session, 100 make session that I'm looking to, just to get a gauge of how well I'm playing and thinking, and it, it, it it's therapeutic for somebody like me to sometimes just shoot around, and sometimes it's I'm very focused and I'm trying to improve or try out new things. And one thing pool has done for me as a person, and you may be able to relate to this, I've learned that some impossible things can be made possible. It's been almost like a life lesson. So this will be a short sharing session. At the moment, I've run partial of a rack, and I've just missed my shot. Right now, there's 6 balls still on the table. The cue ball is on the rail, and the 13 ball is on the same rail facing the corner. And I can see the 6 ball sitting on the where the rack would be, because that ball went in by accident to another pocket, so I had to spot it. And the 2 ball is right where, once if I shoot that 13, I can shoot the 2. The 10 ball's in an interesting spot. I may want to leave that there, because if I'm able to pocket all the other balls, I can leave the 10 in 14.1 and re-rack the other 14 and shoot that 10 ball and have the cue ball hit the rack to start breaking and keep it going. So I'm just going to start shooting around. I'm shooting the 13 ball into the corner. Okay, made that. That's 1. Now if I shoot this 2 ball, probably the way the position it's at, it will probably hit the 6 ball a little bit. But if I hit it with the right speed, maybe I can save the 6 to go into the side pocket too. 2 ball corner. Okay, that went in. I hit the 6, as I said. Now the 6 ball is facing the side pocket, and there's a 15 ball on the cushion in front of me that I can see is right almost parallel to the cue ball, and the 6 is ahead of it. So if I shoot the 6 with a little bit of follow, I think on the top right, then I should be able to bounce the cue ball, hit the 6 into the pocket, make it, then bounce the cue ball off the rail slightly so that I have an angle to make the 15 on the rail into the corner. And then I want to have the cue ball come a little bit back across the table, because there's a 1 ball I'm pointing to that you can't see, but I can see it, that needs to go into this far corner, and then that would set me up to have a re-rack and have a shot on the 10 ball into the corner, and then have the cue ball hit the rack. So one thing I wanted to talk and mention through this active thought process is, you can see I have 4 balls left on the table, and as an active thinker and strategy wise, I'm thinking about the next 4 shots before I take this next 1 shot as a 6 ball in the side, and I can see it playing out. So the 6 goes into the side, I follow it a little bit with the cue. The cue should bounce off the rail, come out a little bit and give me an angle on the 15. I shoot the 15, and then the 15 will ride the rail and go into the corner. The cue ball should come off the rail and come back across the table slightly if I hit it with the right speed. Give me a good angle on the 1 ball, which I can shoot into the corner. and then I want to leave that cue ball near the rail so that I have a shot on the 10 ball. So when I re-rack the 14 balls going into the next set, the next rack, I can shoot the 10 and make the 10 into the corner, into the what would be the left corner, and have the cue ball with a little, probably a slight English on it, but have the cue ball hit the rack at the same time, so that on that new rack, some of the balls are broken out, and it works. So here's the deal. As the more and more, what I've learned, the more and more I've played pool, it becomes a lot easier to see patterns like this. And actually, I've started learning that I'm seeing things I never would have been able to see before, just by practicing over and over and over again. And I've had the chance to play with some people I would consider semi-professional, and some are professional level, and just to hear and watch how they're thinking about things and the types of shots that they're taking is something about just that practice that gets you adjusted to be able to see more and more things. Now, the tricky part, which is I'm doing a lot of talking, I explain what I want to do. It's easy to say it. The tricky part is to execute on it. And that's the challenging part that I've found. So I've told you what I want to do. I'm going to try and see what happens. And if I make them all, great. If not, I'll keep going, but I'll keep you posted. So let me start with the 6 ball. Side pocket, slight top right. Okay, I made that. And as I said, the cue ball bounced off the rail, and I have an angle on the 15 to go 15 into that corner. And I'm going to shoot this on a high on the cue ball a little bit, with a little bit of speed. I'm going a little higher on the cue ball so I can walk the 15 down the rail, but not have to shoot the ball too hard to get so the cue ball can come back across the table and prepare for the 1. So I'm doing a high right. And okay, that made it. And the cue ball did come back across the table. I'm looking at the 1 going down into the far corner, and the cue ball is sitting right here, right next to the 10. So I'm going to hit the 1 into the far corner. That made it. And I have the 10 here on the table. So I'm going to re-rack 14.1. I have just the cue ball and the 10 on the table. I'm going to re-rack the 14 other balls. Okay, I'm going around. This is a table that has pockets. So I have to pick the balls out of each pocket and put that on the table. Okay, so I've re-racked the 14, and you can hear I've shot 3 in a row so far. And now I'm looking at the 10, which I can shoot into the far left corner here. I'm on the other side of the table. So I'm going to try to shoot the 10 into the corner and let the cue ball hit the rack. And I'm not putting too much English on this. I'm going to let the 10 try to roll in there. Okay, so I made the 10, and you can hear I hit some of the rack. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balls have broken away from the rack. I don't really have a good shot. This is the tricky part. I really don't have a good shot. I see the 12 and the 15 near the rail, but it's not in a straight line, so I probably have to do something special with that. Anyway, I think I'll share with you enough. I just wanted to give you some insight to 14.1 as a game, pool, therapy, strategy, and enjoyment.